Hello artists! This video is going to be about art blocks. During one of the major blocks, I had promised myself to share my experience if I ever came out of it. Guess it's time to do so. So if you have been painting from some stretch of time, then most probably you have been through at least one art block. From complete denial to accepting and owning my art blocks, I'm sharing my story, the part of art universe I have experienced. I know we all have our different journeys and we all have similarities in our experiences too. So I hope this video helps in whatever you are going through right now. For me, until I started respecting and owning art blocks, it never seemed to dissolve for me. Yes, I used to deny having a block, thinking that I have learned the major motor skills and then I should be able to paint. But art is a combination of our thoughts and our ability to bring it into real world, which also reminds me of a quote from Aristotle. The aim of art is not to represent the outward appearances of things, but their inward significance. I think I was missing the inward significances during those times. I was hoping I could get around art block without understanding what's happening under the cover, inside of me. What's stopping me finding the meaning in my art during those times? In my good times, I used to paint simply happily. There were meaning in my strokes. My thoughts were weaved along with every stroke I was putting on the paper. It was simply marvelous. I felt fulfilled. But slowly, the significance of painting had converted into just getting a good work done by the end. I was not attached to the process. Now, when I reflect back, it was just another chore. During those times, I was able to paint, but it was robotic, devoid of feelings or acceptance from my end. In those periods, either I wouldn't like what I painted or I just wasn't able to get good outcomes. Everything seemed dull. I wasn't painting artworks that would make me say, I did it. I took a new step or invented something. You know, a new high you feel? But you guys could understand that happens when you are mentally invested and not chasing another win, right? It was hard for me to get this part during the art block. I can't tell how many times I had repeated what I was doing previously. I cleaned my table, brewed a cup of coffee, and sat there in the best ambience, thinking, when will an imagination strike? Maybe something will motivate me to paint again. I had struggled real hard until I stopped putting efforts at all. I stopped painting. It's important to know that I have a full-time job that supports me other than my art. So I was able to step away from my art for some time, but my worries were spiking. For how long can I stay away? Everyone has different view towards art, different reasons of why they paint. To all the artists listening to this right now, what's your relationship with your art right now? For me, art is an unexplored territory. Whenever I paint, I am transported to some other place. It detaches me from my surroundings. I don't think of my family or friends or what's happening in the world. Well, most of the time. While painting, I'm solving a mystery, and those little or big wins give me a new high every time, as if I have invented something. My reasons to paint and relation to art changes from time to time, and I own them all. I love them all. I have immense unconditional love inside of me for colors, brushes, and all art-related things. I like to collect them too. But what about owning blocks? A time when no matter what, I can't seem to enjoy my painting time. As I speak, I'm still trying to string my feelings into words. Do tell me your feelings or struggles during these blocks. My first major block was resolved when I finally let go of painting. Nothing was working. Whatever I painted looked scrap to me. I wouldn't enjoy the painting process at all. I didn't like the final results. I was so lost that I didn't know why I was painting and what I used to like about watercolors. And when I remembered why I liked, it wasn't giving that happiness as I had changed as a person. Many times I felt like I have forgotten how to paint at all. I was like a newbie. Such a struggle and utter chaos. So, after an year of struggling, I decided to stop altogether. I kept away my supplies in storage. I told my art buddies, if it's in me, then it will come back to me. It was hard, and I had also developed an aversion to art related stuff in my home. I couldn't even look at it. So, I packed it all and put it away. Then I rested. I had no pressure to start painting if I don't like it. I felt relaxed. And since I had a full-time job, I was under no financial pressure to get back. But yeah, my dreams were crushed, as I had loved painting all my life. And for the love of my life, I couldn't understand what was going on. But then the magic happened. Just after 3 weeks, I felt like exploring pigments once again. This time, I didn't share it over any social media and kept working on my own. This was followed by some more magic. I painted, and this time I created the best series of boats and ships, my best work till date. I shared my works on Insta and then got lots of positive feedback. Everyone loved my ship series. My skills had somehow increased many folds after that rest. This series inspired other artists. My artist followers were happy and motivated. I could pass on that positivity from universe to the people. Those were the best time ever. But you know what? It wasn't the last art block I had experienced. It happened again, and this time it lasted for more than a year. This time it was more because of my relation to my art. I had become more demanding and wanted good results every single time. I was not enjoying art process. There were too many thoughts going around in my head, and I wasn't able to decide where to navigate my painting, like what should be the final result, and I would do all the steps all together. Again, it was a confusing time, and yeah, I was suffering once more. This time it took me more than an year to get out of this art block, and whenever I was trying to come back to my painting practice and playing with watercolors, I had been feeling an anxiety towards the entire process. There were so many fears once more. It was in February 2023 when I resolved my last art block, and currently I am painting and I'm enjoying the entire process. Now, when I reflect back and look into the bigger picture, I think art is trying to teach me to be unattached from the outcome, and there's more which I still can't put into words. Unattached from any expectations, to enjoy the process and let go of everything. And you know what? I used to think I already know that and I am already doing it. Well, I was wrong about that, and I have lots of lessons to learn. The most beautiful thing was that I was always able to get out of these blocks, because there were times when I used to feel that this is the end and I won't be able to continue my art practice. And this impacts me, as I have been painting from my childhood. Like, I can remember that I was in grade 1 and 2 and I was equally into it. So this is a part of me and I cannot see myself not painting. So yeah, I am still holding on to my lesson. I am trying to be unattached to the result that I am getting, and I am trying to be more present in the process. I hope you were able to relate to what all I said, and if yes, I hope it helped a little in those hard times. So share your views on this topic, and I'll see you in the next video.